Joining us now on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline is Major League Baseball pitcher for the second go-around with a second team, Taylor Cole. Taylor, great to have you back on the show.
I'm glad to be here.
Okay, explain to us what it's like to get the call up for a second time, this time to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, when you compare and contrast to how that was with the Toronto Blue Jays.
Well, I mean, it was awesome in the sense that, you know, you always want to get back to the big leagues to play at the highest level. It's something that, you know, I've worked towards for a long time. And that first go-around, I was only able to pitch in one game for parts of 2 innings. I think it was 1 inning total, actually, on paper. And, you know, it didn't go great. So for me to come back and just learn from that first experience and to, you know, have some success while, you know, this second go-around has been awesome.
At least you struck out Aaron Judge, though, right?
Exactly. I literally just played catch with 2 high school kids, and they're like, hey, Aaron Judge works out right there, and there's this facility in right field here in California, in the Oxnard area. And I was like, hey, guys, listen, Aaron Judge was my first strikeout. I said, we won't talk about the rest of the outing, but at least I got that. And everybody's so nice because that's what they want to bring up is a strikeout. Hey, you know, oh, you guys are just so nice, you know. You didn't bring up anything else. Thank you.
I would be that's all I would bring up. If I had ever striked out Aaron Judge, I'd be bringing that up constantly.
Well, he is a stud, that's for sure.
Yeah. How do you feel you are different this time around?
Well, you know, you learn the game of baseball. In reality, it's obviously my point is that it's the same game, right? And so for me, there's a lot of distractions that come, you know, the higher levels that you get, especially at the major league level. And you got to be mature enough to be able to deal with those. And it's for any level that people progress towards. A high school kid going to college could go into professional, whatever. So for me, was able to just, you know, focus on the things that I could control, staying focused and thinking about the things that I needed to get done and not being distracted by all the outside influences.
Taylor Cole with us on BYU Sports Nation, a pitcher for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Where were you and how did you find out that you had been called back up to the Halos?
Oh, man, where was I? We were actually in Reno. I was in the bullpen out there in Reno, and it was mid-game, actually, and radio down, you know, the call came in, and they said, hey, Cole and Paredes is another relief pitcher. They said, come to the dugout in the middle of the game. So in between innings, we walked in the dugout, and coach said, hey, go inside, get your stuff. You guys are going to Anaheim. Congratulations. So,
what in the world? In the middle of a game?
In the middle of the game. So, you know, and that happens quite often, actually, because, you know, we were playing at 7:00, and those Pacific Coast League games can go very long because the runs, you know, it's a hitter's league, you know, and
yes,
these games are 10-8 often, you know. So, hey, we had to catch like a 11:00 flight, so we had to get out of there quick.
It's funny, Taylor, that you bring up Reno because there was a skunk issue on the field during a AAA game between Tacoma and the Reno Aces. Adam Law, yes, former Cougar, in that game. We understand that you may have a better skunk story than that?
Well, I don't know if it's better. I'll tell you what, though. I was in New Hampshire, and there was a family of skunks, and one of them started getting out during the game, and you could see this whole section on the left field line over by kind of, you know, third base was just completely removed. It was just, it was kind of a full, I don't know how busy it was, but it was just, there was nobody over there. And then you had this guy running around trying to get the skunk, and then when he got it, it sprayed. And so it was quite a story because, yeah, I mean, you could smell it. You can smell it the rest of the game. And then just seeing the guy, you know, go crazy was just a funny experience all the way around.
Would you like some skunk information, some skunk facts?
Yeah, let's hear it.
A baby skunk is called a kit.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And a group of skunks is called a surfeet.
A surfeet.
Yeah. So, you know,
there you go.
We not only entertain, we inform.
Yeah, now when you tell that story, you can say a surfeet of skunks. evacuated.
And everybody's going to say, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Taylor Cole with us on BYU Sports Nation. Great stuff. He was recently called up to pitch for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. What's the biggest difference between AAA baseball and then the highest level in the majors?
I would say my wife actually asked me this question the other day, and it would be the adjustments that the people in the major leagues make as a whole, as a team. And I don't know if it's because of the scouting reports are better or what, but it just seems that the person that is able to make the in-game adjustment is going to win, right, and is going to be successful, and you have to be able to adjust. And so, I've seen different hitters take different approaches. Even teams that have never seen me, I can see that maybe they have a game plan or whatever. So just the adjustments that they are able to make on the fly and during the game.
You've obviously been through this process. You're now in the major leagues. A couple of former Cougars just this past June, a little over a month and a half ago, were drafted. BYU catcher David Clausen drafted by the Angels, ironically enough, in the 37th round. You had Daniel Schneemann, the BYU shortstop, taken by the Cleveland Indians. What advice do you have for guys like that are beginning their professional journeys?
Well, I actually read this in a Sports Illustrated article that was shared with me. It was regarding the Seager brothers. They were told, the older brother was telling Corey, he said, hey, just make sure you make every single level your major leagues. And that's really important because a lot of times we can think about, getting to the next level. If you're in low A, you want to get to high A. And, you always think, oh, man, my brother or my buddies are all in AAA. I need to get there, And it was like that with me for hey, all my friends are in the major leagues. And it could weigh a lot on you. And so for me to make every level your major leagues, it keeps you in the present moment. It keeps you focused on what's important.
Taylor, always nice to catch up with you, and enjoy the rest of the All-Star break. I believe Houston comes to town on Friday night, and I hope you feel the support and the love from BYU Sports Nation. I know a lot of people are really excited about watching you perform at the highest level.
No, you guys have been great. I really appreciate it.
All right, Taylor, we'll talk
Taylor.
again soon.